Columbia River crossing has become a bridge too far, out of reach. Welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Ken Ackerman. We welcome to the show Tobias Read, representative and co-chair on the Columbia River Crossings project. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Session's over. We have some things to talk about, but I want to really focus on the bridge right now, which is now, after 14 years and 100 and how much?
170 or so.
170 million in planning. Gone.
Well, I would say it's in a difficult spot. Oregon did the right thing, I think, in authorizing our portion of funding for that project. We're hopeful that the Washington legislators might join us. They've adjourned, so it seems unlikely that they would do that, but there's always a chance. And I think the real lesson here is the importance of infrastructure in fueling our economy. Here we have a project that would put people to work in the short run, deliver needed improvements to our infrastructure in terms of mobility and safety, and have an impact on the economy in the long run. It's a visible example of what we need to do as far as infrastructure, but it's hardly the only one.
Now, you really got to the head of the line as far as the federal government was concerned with the project. Now with it, you have to start from scratch. Once again, are you still going to be at the head of the line?
No, it takes a long time to get to that place. Oregon and Washington are only 2 of 50 states in the country, and this infrastructure problem that we're confronting here is present all around the country, and the federal government rightly is looking for the places where they can put that money to work immediately, where that same opportunity to put people to work in the short run and deliver benefits to the economy in the long run exists. So when Oregon and Washington don't have our act together, that money is likely to go elsewhere. So we'll have to start at the beginning again if we don't take this opportunity, and I fear that we're going to confront the same challenges, we'll have to make the same compromises, and maybe a decade from now we'll face the same kind of an imperfect design at a much higher cost. That is, of course, if the earthquake hasn't happened and the bridge isn't already gone.
You talked about compromises. What were the compromises that couldn't be reached between the two states?
Well, if you think about this particular project, and if you wanted to go somewhere in the world and find the most complicated place to do such a project, you probably couldn't do any better than this one. So start with the fact that it's over a busy river, so it can't be too low because there's a lot of marine traffic. The barges, think about all the commodities, all the products, the agricultural products that come from eastern Oregon and eastern Washington that go down that river, so you can't be too low. But then there's an airport nearby too, a big airport that has a lot of impact on the economy, so you can't be too high. But in fact, it gets worse than that. There's 2 airports. So the FAA says not too high, the Coast Guard says not too low. Oh, we have an island in the middle. There's a Native American historical preservation site. There's 2 ports. Just about everything you could think of is in this project area. Yes, of course, there's railroads on both sides of the river. All of those things combine to make a really difficult project. And I'm always tempted to paraphrase that famous quote from Churchill, who said that democracy is the worst form of government except for all the others. This was the worst bridge design except for all the others. So we'll have to make those same kinds of decisions, those same kinds of trade-offs if we have to start over.
So are we talking about another 15 years?
I hope not. I hope we've learned things and we perhaps can be faster, and we hope that the federal government recognizes the real opportunity around infrastructure and that we'll have some new opportunities, but it could take a while. One other thing that we did in this session that was really helpful was the West Coast Infrastructure Exchange, a collaboration between British Columbia, Washington, Oregon, and California that I think is going to have real benefits in helping standardize some of our procurement practices and aggregating some of the opportunities so we can bring in some of the private sector money to finance some of these projects in new and exciting ways, stretching taxpayer dollars and delivering better results. But the bridge is just one example.
Well, I know we should be talking about the session. We don't have the time, but you're telling me that $1 billion for the school is good news. Bad news is not enough. Will there be a special session? We give you 5 seconds.
It's a possibility. I think there's real opportunity, a lot of work to do, but I hope we can do it.
All right, Tobias Read, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here on Comcast Newsmakers. Make it a great day.